Hi guys, Mystic Frost here. So today I'm bringing you a slightly different video. We are going to be looking over the new booster pack coming into Duel Links called the Stage of Trickstar, which is a little funny since we do not get the stage field spell. With the Trickstars I am quite excited for. I know that they made quite a competitive impact in the TCG at one point, and I do believe that you can mix them with other archetypes in the future to make quite a competitive burn strategy. However, for now, I think the deck will live or die depending on what skills we get as well. So we're going to have a little flick through, and I'm going to give some honest opinions here. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh yeah, this is good, this is great. I'm going to tell you straight up what my personal thoughts are. So starting off with number C32, Shark Drake, Vice, Vest, whatever, bag of shit, in my opinion. So you can detach a material from the card, banish one monster from your graveyard, then target a face-up monster on the field, and that target loses attack and defense becomes 0 to the end phase. 2800. So, yeah. It's not that great. Personally, I'd rather just keep number 32 Shark Drake on the field, because at least then whatever it destroys, you can special summon back to your opponent's side of the field with 1000 less attack, and then get even more damage off that way, rather than, oh, let me detach material and then banish a card from my own graveyard, which in Duel Links, it's not going to be helpful. So, shit, in my opinion, not needed. Avoid. Shooting Code Talker, again, shit, it's not needed. It is here literally because there are Marincess in this pack, and they're like, shit, we actually need a decent Vortexes that we can release into the game, which isn't too broken at this point. And same with the Odd Eyes cards. When the Pendulum World came out, you're going to get little drips and drabs. However, it's not going to be until like box 4, 5 that comes out. That's going to give you a truly groundbreaking, meta-defining skill, along with, along with the accessibility of cards at that point, just like you had with the two magicians, Zhang Zi and Zhang Zhen, or whatever the fuck they were called. But Shooting Code Talker, I just don't believe with a 8-card extra deck it's going to make it in there. It's just not. So again, is it needed? No. You would only grab this for now for the water link, and if you just want to be somebody who wants to collect, oh, like, I really love Code Talkers, I want to get at least one copy of them all, just so if I want to have a play around I can, then by all means pick it up. This is the only UR in my opinion that's worth picking up, and that's only if you're interested in Trickstar. Like I said, I am interested. I think this will be at least a 2 of, maybe a 3 of. It is only a link 2, and it inflicts 100 damage to your opponent for each Trickstar monster that's normal, special summon to a zone this card points to. And then if a Trickstar monster's card points to, destroy by battle or card effect, if your opponent takes any points to Trickstar's monster's card points to cannot be destroyed by card effects. And then if your opponent takes any damage by Trickstar monster's effect, this card gains the equal to the damage they took to the end of this turn. So you can spice it up, you can power it up a little bit, but like I say, in my opinion, it's the only UR that is warranted grabbing. Obviously, if you're playing a Vortexes deck, by all means, chuck this in. But I just honestly believe there's going to be much stronger and better options. But then at the same point, apparently there is a water structure deck or coming up soon. And depending what's in that, could then change my opinion of this card and make it better. But at this stage, for what we've got, it's not worth it. Atlantean Dragoons, if this came out a year ago, it'd be busted. But now it's too late. It's been power crept, it's too weak. All level 3 or lower sea serpent type monsters you control can attack your opponent directly. And if this card is sent to the graveyard to activate a water monster's effect, add 1 sea serpent monster from your deck to your hand, except for itself, 1800 4 stars. So at the minute, yes, some Atlantean monsters are still used, especially in the Water Xyz deck, but it's exactly that. It's a Water Xyz deck. Why do you then want to add this monster that doesn't search, doesn't special summon, doesn't do anything else from itself, apart from when it's sent to the graveyard for a water monster's effect? You can add one. Why? Why would you? However, if this came out like a year ago, when the Deep Sea Diva effect, Deep Sea Diva level 3 fish deck was actually viable, playable, I think it would be a lot more broken. But now it's just been power crept too much. Cat Shark, 2 level 2 monsters. What deck plays level 2 monsters? If you can answer me that, leave it in the comments, because honestly I can't think of a single one that runs consistent level 2 monsters to make this thing even worth looking at. But once got XE material that was originally water, it can't be destroyed by battle. Once per turn during either player's turn, you can detach material from the card, then target one level 4 or lower XE monster you can control. Stacking defense comes double into the original turn. It's got a good OTK build in, however you need level 2 monsters, and like I said, I can't think of a single deck that plays enough level 2 monsters consistently to make this viable. Also another level 2, they're really going into this. So far it was in the selection box and it did fuck all. I don't think I saw a single deck play this card when it came out then, and I can't see anybody playing it now. So Injection Fairy Lily, this is just going to be a massive meme. This is going to be pay 2,000 life points, it gains 3,000 attack to try and DK. And that's literally going to be the deck. I am tempted to pick up 1 or 2 copies. I think possibly chucking it into a Trickstar deck could be somewhat entertaining, but like I said, it is a meme. It's going to have no viable impact whatsoever, so don't bother wasting your gems unless you want that nostalgia pop. This is the first card I can honestly say 100% worth picking up. So Marincess at this stage in Duel Links is going to be very, very weak. They're going to release this in drips and drabs throughout the next boxes over the next year, maybe even longer. However, once they release Marincess Dive and the other Link monsters, you're going to be laughing. Marincess is a strong ass deck. It is still considered rogue. It's still considered a meta rogue deck today in the TCG. Mastodor's just had another wave of water support, which has powered up Marincess. Marincess is a formidable deck which can really go when needed. So this is 100% a pickup, and at least a 2 of, if not a 3 of. Paleozoic Opinia, or however the hell that's pronounced. Again, being power crept. No one plays Canadia anymore. If this came out again when the XZ's Worlds first got released, I think it would have seen fantastic play, and I think you would have had a proper trap-based deck in contention for a really good deck at that stage. Now it's just power crept to fuck. Like I said, no one even plays Canadia anymore, let alone playing them enough to make this card even relevant. Yes, they've released another trap card to go along with it, which is you can target a spell a trap card on the field and destroy it. And once per turn, when the trap card activated by this card's in your graveyard, you can special summon it as a normal monster. Level 2, attack 1200, defense 0. This card is not treated as a trap card. If summoned this way, this card is unaffected by monster effects, but also banish it when it leaves the field. So the only thing I can see here to do with this is if you already have 3 Canadia from the fucking main box many years ago when it first came out, you could run that and Canadia to possibly go into Cat Shark, and then use Cat Shark to boost up, Hope Woven Shark or something like that to OTK if you want to play some weird trap Water Xyz deck. But even then, I don't think this would be ran, because why would you run this when you could run Cat Shark and use Cat Shark to then power up one of your other stronger XE monsters and OTK. So just by introducing this trap card to pop spell and traps and Canadia previously, with Cat Shark automatically power creeps us in the own box it comes out in, so making this even more worthless. Again, both of these I'm going to scoop together because they are only good if you're interested in Trickstar and burning. Like I said, Duel Links have nerf burn to a point where you only take half the damage what you should. However, you only have half the life points. So, as good as they were in the TCG, I think they can be just as good in Duel Links. And I think it will be even more so when you get Life Twins. When Life Twins start leaking through, a Life Twin Trickstar burn deck, I think will be absolutely phenomenal. So again, if you are interested in burn, and if you are interested in alternative link plays, rather than just, oh, let's go into my level 3 Deco Tocker, or let's go into my level 3 Salamangreat, this is definitely a deck worth picking up, and I think they could be quite interesting. This card beforehand, I think I would have said this was not worth picking up, but now we've got the extra monster zone, it's definitely going to be a power up for your Water Xyz deck, in my opinion, especially if you're playing a more older build of it, of the Shark level 4 deck, rather than Deep Sea Diva version. So people play Deep Sea Diva with the Atlantean and the Territorial Shark Kills to make them all level 4, and then you can pop. However, if you are going for the more aggressive level 4 play with things like Silent Angler, literally all the shark monsters, I think this card could be a good addition to that. Because when this card, you can special summon this card from your hand by detaching 2 materials from any monster, XZ monster you control. And when you do, you target 2 level 4 fish type monsters in your graveyard, special summon those targets and face up defense. So you get your level 2 level 4s out, which is very easy with level 4 XE water deck. Special summon it straight into your X monster zone. You then use this monster's skill to detach both materials straight off it, possibly Hope Woven Shark, because when it's destroyed you can recycle it anyway. So you detach your 2 materials, special summon this, special summon both of the materials back, and then that gets you into your number 32. And then if you wanted to play the number C32, you can then rank it straight up to that. So turn 1 you can get some pretty decent fish XEs out. Binary Sorceress. I haven't actually read this card yet, so if this card gains the effects based on the total number of monsters code linked with this card, so straight away not good. Anything that requires code link at this stage is just not going to be good, and if it's only got 1 code link monster, this card battles your opponent's monster, inflict damage to them, and you can gain that much life points. And once per turn, quick effect, you can target 2 face-up monsters you control. To the end of this turn, half the attack on one monster, and if you do, add the lost attack to the other. So, I can't see that getting much play. Dark Angel, I just can't see it getting play again. Why would you? This could be for some memes, it could be quite funny. Which is you just target a level 4 light monster you control, and then it's treated as a tuna monster. I used to play this card years and years ago in my XYZ deck, and by that I don't mean an XZ deck, I mean X-Head Cannon, White Dragon Head, Z Metal Tank, because with this it makes any of them tuners, which then go into synchro plays as well as your contact fusion plays. So I'd be quite interested in messing around with that using the XYZ monsters again, just to see if I can make something funny with that. Again, why would you? We have the weaker versions of these already and they did nothing, so guess what these are going to do? Absolutely nothing. Restoration Point Guard. Again, once per turn, if another link monster is link summoned, this card cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects for the rest of the turn. If a link monster that was linked summoned using this card's material is destroyed, you can special summon this card. So it's quite good for regurgitation, getting it back on the field. But again, I honestly can't see this having any impact or play whatsoever. Wave Life, again, already been in the game and it's done fuck all. This is the only rare I can see having any form of impact properly, and this will be in your code target deck, which is if a monster is normal special summon to a zone the link monster points to, you can special summon this card from your graveyard. So you get it on the field. However, you special summon, you normal summon this, you special summon backup secondary, you link them off, you then, you know, whatever, special summon another monster, normal summon another monster, and then special summon this back from your grave. Skelly Angel, already been in the game, and again, it's done nothing. Trickstar Bloom, in my opinion, the worst Trickstar, but it's needed for the Trickstar deck. Same with Black Catbat, it's all needed for the Trickstar deck. Thrashboard Borg, 7-star Earth monster. If you have no monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand. By discarding one Cyverse monster, and all monsters your opponent controls lose 500 attack. So this I could see being quite beneficial in the Decode Talker deck. So I'd be quite excited to pick up one of these, maybe two. Lily Bell's reprint, which is good because at least then if you do want to play Trickstar, you don't have to dig in the old box to get this. But as a whole, it's only really needed because of the name. Again, not really fantastic, but it's all burn damage. It all builds up to the burn damage. VLAN Hydra, I'm not even going to bother reading it. It's not good. It has 0 impact in the game. It's a Link 3 1900. Again, 300 monster co-link to this card, which again, if you have to co-link with it, especially at Link 3 in Duel Links, it's going to do shit. Onto the normal cards. Yep, normal. This one I'm actually interested in. So each time your opponent takes damage from a card effect, Dark Room Nightmare inflicts 150 damage. So that paired with Trickstars, I think will be quite funny because it's more burn damage. Dragon Capture Jar should have came out in the first ever booster pack, the Legend of Dragon one with the blue eyes running everywhere. These two cards should have came out then. The fact they're coming out now is just a piss take. You could have just never released them in Duel Links and nobody would have ever noticed. Because this is just a flip effect, destroy all face-up Dragon Capture Jars on the field. Wow. Brave Drive, once per turn, when your Cyverse monster declares attack, you can discard one monster. That attacking monster gains 600 attack to the end of this phase. I personally can't see that doing much. It is a fire, so maybe in Salaman great if they do need a little bit more power. But here you go. They're back up. I say they, it's only that one. I know the other one's down here. Third time being released, and nobody's still going to care about them. So, fuck them. During your main phase, you can inflict 200 damage to your opponent for each face-up light monster you control. This card cannot attack during the same turn you activate this effect. You can only one Fairy Archer can activate this effect per turn. 1400 attack, 600 defense. Interestingly enough, all the Trickstar stuff are lights apart from the links, which are dark, so could also have some benefit there. Giant Germ, when this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, inflict 250 damage to your opponent and special summon any number of Giant Germs from your deck and face up attack. Again, at this point, I think this card's just been power crept too much. This should have came out before they nerfed the burn damage, because at least then it would have had some form of threat. Playing this with Shadow Duel, Merrick, and Lava Golem would have been quite good like a year or two ago, but now it's just not going to do nothing. If this card's added from your graveyard to your hand by a card effect, you can special summon it from your hand. If this card's summoned this way and set to the graveyard as link material, you can draw one card. Not bad, but you're never going to play it. Marinsa stuff, like I said, these are all worth picking up, but if you're going in for the Link monster, you will pick these up as you go. Activate one of these effects. Gain 1200, inflict 400. So it used to be inflict 800, but obviously it's halved. But again, you can run 3 of these, quick play, inflict 400, and 150, that's 550. That's what, 1,650 between having one of these face up and playing 3 of these. That's 1,650, so that's nearly half of your opponent's life points done. St. Joan, again, at this point, why is it here? This should have came out years and years and years ago. That you could have released this at the same point of releasing Sergeant Electrode. Twin-Headed Thunder Dragon was 2800 for ages. This card would have fitted quite nicely in that point of the game. Now it's just, what's the fucking point? swap cleric. If this card is sent to the graveyard as link material, you can have that link monster lose 500 attack and draw a card. You can only use the effect of this once per turn. Greatest love in the world. Why the fuck would you, unless you go and link climb? But even then, why are you going to risk needing this? Again, Trickstars, you go and grab your Trickstars as you go. You go and grab all your Trickstars as you go. This is to do with the princess stuff, like this stuff. So again, who gives a fuck? More Trickstar, more Trickstar, more Trickstar. So as a whole, if you're interested in Trickstar or interested in a viable burn deck in the future, yes, go into this, buy it, cash in, get your Trickstar stuff. If you're not interested in that, and that's fine, a lot of people I don't think will be, get 2 copies of this at least. Once you've got your 2 copies of this, you can put this box to bed and never ever touch it again. But you will need 2 copies of this if you want to play Marincess in the future, which I would highly, highly recommend. That's all we've got time for today. I hope you enjoyed this video and a more honest review about it. I'm not saying other YouTubers don't do honest reviews, but I do think that they have to believe the hype a little bit more because of how big they are, and they want the views and the pack opening videos and whatnot. Whereas I'll tell you straight, this box, unless you're interested in burn decks, the box is shit. All you need from the box is that. Other than that, the box is shit. But yeah, if you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I will catch you guys in the next one.